Dear viewers, welcome back. You are watching Vision for Success. Here with us, Imam Shamsali, we are discussing about Surah Fatiha.
Yes, so coming back again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Malik Yawmiddin to represent that His power, His kingdom, His authority is beyond of human imagination. It's not just like presidential authority. Obama has authority, but he cannot control everybody in America. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala controls every single thing, every single one and every single thing. And that is just like in the Day of Judgment. Here in this dunya, we can control our tongue, we can talk anything that we want, we can control our eyes, we can see what we want, we can watch anything we want. But in the Day of Judgment, this tongue is going to be either for us or against us. These eyes can be for us or against us. Why? Because everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so He said Malik Yawmiddin to show us His power, so that we can humble enough ourselves to Him, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before what? Before Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in. That we cannot worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without His power, His authority. But amazingly, the word Iyaka na'budu is the representation of the sincerity in worship, the purification of worship. That our worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very pure. And that's why it says Iyaka na'budu and not wa na'budu Iyaka. Because there is difference between Iyaka na'budu and na'budu Iyaka. Or na'buduka, for example, in Arabic language. I worship you. You worship. I worship you. Iyaka, you, we worship. Not we worship you. Why you we worship? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to say that absolutely the worship is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second one is Iyaka nasta'in. If you seek any help, if you seek any assistance, if you need anything, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there is the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that believers must not be over worried, because even if all humans and jinns come together to help us, if Allah doesn't want to help us, it doesn't happen. On the other hand, if all human beings and jinns wanted to harm us, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want that to happen, it doesn't happen. And that is about iman, basically. So when you say Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in, it is very important to take into our consideration, into our faith very seriously, that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want anything to happen, it doesn't happen. Of course, you have to do your job, but at the end of the day, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who decides. Now, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. When you say Iyaka nasta'in, and to you we seek help, the first help that we must ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guidance. And that is because we do believe that we cannot guide ourselves. Our desire is so strong to be defeated.
So this is Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in. This is also a demand to Allah, right? Like I am worshipping you, so I want your help.
Yeah, we may not use the word demand, but that is what the promise is. Allah promised that if you worship me, I will do. Okay? If you come to me close, I will be coming to you closer. If you make dua, I will accept it. So
it is for sure that if I worship Allah,
Allah will help. Yeah. And the reason why Muslims are not helped, because we are praying but not worshiping Allah. Sometimes we pray because we worship our desire. What does it mean worshiping desire in prayer? Because we worship just to fulfill our ego. What does it mean ego? We want to enter into Jannah. So this is an ego. So I pray because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure and mercy. I just want His mercy. And of course, mercy means you enter into Jannah. But not only you pray because you want Jannah. Think about the one who is the one who owns the Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is very important that we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help us. And it is a guarantee in the Holy Quran. So when it comes to the Iyaka na'budu wa Iyaka nasta'in, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, it is very important to relate that the first one that we need to ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in terms of help is guidance. Because this is very crucial. We are living in a world that is too much temptations, desires are so much powerful, egoistic are so high, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not guiding us, it's difficult for us to live our life on the straight path. But the word sirat al-mustaqim, straight path, means we have to be consistent. The word istiqamat also means, mustaqim means you have to be consistent. When you pray, you have to be istiqamat. What does it mean, istiqamat? When you say Allahu Akbar, means take Allah seriously. Because sometimes we take Allah serious in the masjid, but outside in the market, we don't take Him seriously. That is not Allahu Akbar. Okay, you say Allahu Akbar in the masjid, but in the market it's not Akbar anymore. You say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah in the salat, but what does it mean? You want your brothers and sisters to be peaceful. But out there you are backbiting, you are spreading rumors, you are lying to your brothers, you are making your brothers angry, upset. It means you have a different mentality. In the masjid, you want them to be peaceful, but outside you make them not peaceful. So that is not istiqamah. So when you say ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, means you have to have consistency in your ibadat so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide you all the way to Jannah. Okay? Sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. This is very crucial. The way of those whom you give mercy and pleasure. You have guided them. And not the path of those who your anger on them, your curse on them, and nor not those who are going astray. Now some scholars, unfortunately, tend to say that the meaning of Sirat al-Ladina An'amta Alayhim, Ghayr al-Maghdubi Alayhim, al-Maghdubi they say Jews, and al-Dallin they say Christians. Maybe in one time, certain context, it is true. But to take that as a general rule is, I think, something we need to examine. Because al-Maghdubi can be someone who make Allah curse them. I'm a Muslim. But if I act like the followers of Musa, some followers of Musa, who try to cheat their own teaching, who try to joke about the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who try to play games, not serious about the teaching, Allah will curse me too. And I'm maghdub in this regard. Even though I'm a Muslim, but I'm playing with the Holy Quran. What does it mean playing with the Holy Quran? I take some portion, and I left behind some portion. That is a maghdub. Ghadab of Allah, the anger of Allah is on me. Even though I'm Muslim, my name is Muhammad, Shamsi Ali. But if I am playing the game with the religion, Allah will have anger on me as He had anger to some of the followers of Musa, alayhi salatu wasalam. Now, all of Dalin, not Christians, not only Christians. It can be for Muslim too. Why I emphasize for Muslim? Because this Quran is for us first. But sometimes when the Holy Quran criticizes, first of all, we throw this to other people. Looks like we are an exception. We are not criticized by the Holy Quran. Ad-Dallin can be Muslim too. What does it mean? If you don't study the religion, you are being misled by some people. Let me just give you one example. In some Muslim countries, there are some Muslim lay Muslims and educated Muslims being misled by some Muslim scholars, call themselves Muslim scholars, but the Muslim scholars have interest. They wanted to gain followers. They wanted to gain respect. They wanted to be honored and respected by some people. So they tend to misguide these people. They kiss their hand, they kiss their, bowing down to them. They consider them as a holy person. This is misguiding them. This is dallin. So it can happen to be Muslim too. So why I'm mentioning this? Because unfortunately in the Muslim land, the translation maghdub, dallin means Jews and Christians. And it is very dangerous. Why very dangerous? Recently I was officiating a marriage. And it happened to be that the Muslim man marrying a Jewish lady. And, for me, even though it's sometimes difficult to do, because I can imagine about the future generation, but it is better than having relation without marriage. So I officiate the marriage of a Jew and a Muslim man to a Jewish woman. And I wanted to recite Surah Al-Fatiha because we discussed before the marriage with the parents, both parents. And the lady's parents say, no, I don't want this. Surah Al-Fatiha. I say, why? Because I have read that the meaning of maghdub is us. So you can imagine how the Jewish people are feeling with that. So I have to explain to them that, no. This al-maghdub can be for me too. And al-maghdub here, even for you, is not you, but any Jewish people who play the teacher, who is playing the game, who don't want to follow Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. But if you consider yourself following Musa, following Torah, then you are not included here. Why you have to be worried? Maybe the opposite. There are some Muslims who violate the Holy Quran, who is playing game with the Holy Quran. They are the maghdub.
We'll take a short break. We'll come back. Dear viewers, you are watching Vision for Success. Stay with us.